Hey guys, welcome to Approach the Nerd. We are here to talk about the Eternals. I got my peeps, I got my spouse here, River Park, and my top right corner, which could be your left corner depending on what you're looking at. I got QuaterLifeJam, and I got Jett the Groove Man at the bottom. You know, they're usually my co-hosts on ATN, so they're not unfamiliar to this channel. And we are here to tell you our opinions because we all saw Eternals last night. So we're here to tell you our honest opinions on the movie. But I'm gonna let Groove go ahead and give you a little backstory, a little paraphrasing on what the movie's about. So go ahead, Groove.
All right, here we go. Spelled that weird. Okay, so here's the movie. All right, so the heroes in the past meet the heroes of the future. We kind of start off not knowing who's who, what's going on. I'm lying. You know exactly what's going on. They see Earth from afar away. And then there's like, oh, snap, we got to save the world. We don't know why. Nobody knows each other. But we also Salma Hayek. She's hot. We cool with that. So they go down to Earth, and then like a whole bunch of white dudes in Mesopotamia. I mean, what's up with that? But I mean, it is whatever. New universe, not our world. It's cool, yo. So they save them. And then there's one girl with long hair, Asian, with a London accent before it's even London. Whatever. So she makes a knife, all gold and cool. That's an artifact. Sure, why not? Eternals. Okay, so they've been living on Earth for like a long time, right? We don't know how long, but they've been there for a long time. And then they keep cutting back and forth. We'll get back to that. We keep coming back and forth. We'll get back to that. So the things they fight called the deviants, or no, derelicts. You know what doesn't matter. They're really just heartless from Kingdom Hearts. So the heartless, they've been fighting over and over throughout time and everything else. They start showing back up. But this one, it can like heal, like Salma Hayek can heal. Oh yeah, I have to tell you, when they first fought, you can see everybody's powers from the beginning. You know, showing everything off because it's not really an action movie. It's kind of a romance movie. We're good with it. It works, right? So they fight this thing, and then Icarus, the one who's close to the sun, flies back down and has sun out of his eyes. You see the little parallel? It's neat, right? Good writing. So they kill that thing. What do they don't? It gets away. They're like, oh, damn, what do? We got to get the team together, like the band. You know, it's like, all right, cool. One more world tour. So the silly ass Robot Masters that was made by Wiley. So I skipped some stuff. We'll get to that. They reveal it later. So spoiler alert. So they all start going around different countries, eating each other up. One's a Bollywood actor because, you know, sure. And then another one or another two of them are living together because she's crazy and he's not. He like cooks all the food. She has PTSD. It's a pretty good time. They're have fun. He makes liquor with his mouth. It's cool, right? So then they as all get together and break bread and stuff. They had to go find this other dude who didn't like her in the first. He was like Salma Hayek is on that bullshit. It is whatever. So they had to go find him to help them out. But then the Heartless come back. So the Robot Master to fight the Heartless and, you know, figure this out. Before then, though, the Asian London girl, she learns that, oh, man, we're all made to destroy the planet. And they're like, oh, real? She was like, word. So like, all right, cool. So we got to learn a way to stop how this is going to happen. Like, let's figure this out. They figured out in like 10 minutes. We're going to like stop this whole thing and put them to sleep. Because the solution's that easy. If you couldn't tell by now, it's not really an action film. This is more like a love story because it's like Asian girl likes Icarus and so does her friend, the little sister type one, who's small like a little fairy. She likes Icarus too. But then the deaf one likes the one that doesn't like Salma Hayek. Yeah, she lives in the ship, but she's loyal but not loyal. And then, of course, Indian dude, is also kind of hard on Icarus. But Icarus is like, I ain't like that. But, of course, the one black dude, Paperboy made tails in this movie, too, if you didn't know. And he, like, got married to another dude. And that's cool. They got a son. He's probably adopted or not. Might be his son. Yeah. So, like, you know, they're all happy and stuff. And the other Eternals going around ruining everybody's happy times. The little girl doesn't care because she can't marry nobody because she's like a 12-year-old. But it's all good. You know, it's a love story. And so they all gather together, eventually come up with a plan. But everybody's like, the plan don't work. Oh, I forgot. Gilgamesh got the agent dude, Gilgamesh. He ended up dying. And in between all this time, they keep like showing different timelines in the story, kind of like they didn't complete the movie before they completed the movie. They had to keep showing you what it was going to be before it got there. Like, oh, yeah, don't forget to tell them this. Like, we already told them the story, not the whole thing. So they had to put it somewhere else in the movie. And that's fine. It is whatever. So they all get together and they come up with some really weird MacGuffin or some shit by making us really weird rings out of the thing that's in her throat that lets her talk
They were bracelets.
Yeah, bracelets. That's what it was. Bracelets. That's what it was. Thank you. So like they make bracelets to help them talk to each other instead of to the main supplier. And then they learn that the main supplier, God is not perfect, and he makes robots and heartless, and they don't do right because he's not perfect. And he realizes that his original plan to harvest planets to make more worlds, which makes absolutely no sense because the planets are already there in the first place, but plans, right? So he puts them all together to make this all make sense. And they're like, I don't agree. So I just re-explained the whole thing. Like I said, how the timeline cuts back in and cuts back out. See how it works? See how annoying that gets? Anyway, so they end up using the bracelets, but then they find out Icarus always knew, and he killed Salma Hayek with her fine ass. So like that happened, and everybody's mad. We still have Angelina Jolie. She's real hot, so it still works, And then Jon Snow was in the movie every now and again. Spoiler, he's a Black Knight. He defends the wall. Go Jon Snow. Always has a sword. So anyway, the ending given away. Cut to the other ending. They have 3 enemies now. They got Tiamat coming from the earth because mythology. And then they have the big guy in charge because gods. And then they have now Icarus. Because Icarus is like I'm important and I worship. And they're like, the pious doesn't win. And he just like kissed my ass. So then the fight happens, So they fight. Paperboy from ATL holds Icarus down. Something he should have done in the first place, but I guess he was too scared to do before. Maybe he's a wuss. I don't know. So like they're fighting. The speedster does stuff. In this time process, Gilgamesh dies from the Heartless, and then who else died? It's not that important. So they think Druid gets killed, right? Because he laser beamed the hell out of Druid. I guess we forgot they're like Eternals, so like that wouldn't really kill him. Just laser beam him to the mountain or volcano. Sorry, they fight on a volcano. I know, right? But they're Eternals. They don't die. Who cares? Their suits can resist lava, so they never go naked. It sucks for everybody. So they're all fighting. He starts waking up. And somehow she gets the power from within, very Disney, but Disney owns Marvel, so. And she turns the whole Tiamat robot into like salt, or like like a mountain.
She petrifies them.
Yeah, it's bad. Yeah,
she turned him into a winter wonderland.
Yeah, it's a petrification thing. She petrified them.
So she turns them into stone, or it in the
like
stone.
A tree.
And no one has a needle. Final Fantasy can't work here in logic. Calls go through walls. So I mean, it's a thing. And everybody's like, you did that. And she was like, I think Tiamat helped us do that. And they were like, word? And she was like, I guess. And then like Icarus was like, y'all about to get in trouble. So he flew into the sun and killed himself. He's like, I'm not sticking around for that shit. And then she's like, hey, little sister girl, check it out. I can make you human. And she didn't go like, I just want to be older. She was like, yeah, I want to grow up.
Well, I mean, her name is Sprite, so I mean,
I guess you name after a beverage. You don't have good ideas. So that happens, and then everybody's
other
like,
definitions of that word group.
So then Druid and the deaf girl, can't remember her name, and Athena, Angelina Jolie with the sexy lips. They all get on the ship and go away to find others. The other 3, like, we have lives down here, so. It is what it is. But then, like, their god, Sky Daddy, was like, bring asses here. What are you doing? I can see you. And there was like, no, you can't. Like, yes, I can. It's like, well, I'm going to judge what you guys know. And if it's bad, this is over with. I'm going to destroy this planet. And they're gone. And then Star Fox shows up after the credits. And they're like, oh, it's Star Fox. No, not Nintendo Star Fox. It's like the arrogant one from the comics. He's a dude. He talks shit. He is whatever. And then at the end, you saw Jon Snow take up the nice watch. And then you hear Samuel Jackson in the background with his iPad saying, what are you doing, basically? And that's the movie. I mean, it's mostly a love story. But, They fought Icarus, and that was kind of cool.
Makari is the one you were thinking about, by the way.
Who?
Yeah.
Makari.
Makari?
Makari. Yeah.
Makari. There we go. But yeah, it was an okay movie. It was mostly about kissing and hugging. You know, there was a little bit of fighting in it. It was whatever. I give it 3 stars out of 5. So go ahead, Maria. And
this is why we have you recap movies. Because I could
made it better.
It did. I mean, you basically took this movie and made it into Captain Planet meets Kingdom Hearts meets Final Fantasy. And I mean, honestly,
also
I'd go
meets
see it
Steven
again.
Universe too.
and little Steven Universe with a little bit of
Gundams.
mythology thrown in there. Yeah. I
Because
could
everything
not have
is moving.
summarized this better myself.
Yeah.
I know all of us are pretty much in agreement. This was not a horrible movie.
No.
It was not the greatest MCU movie. It was a movie. And
It wasn't even the greatest movie.
Yeah,
No.
to me, it didn't even seem like it belonged in the MCU. I was like, it didn't seem like an MCU movie. I was like,
They mention people.
it's like this is the
Exactly.
part
You
everybody
knew it's
feels
MCU
smart.
because they mentioned people. It's like,
Yep,
hey,
it's
so
MCU 'cause they
yeah,
mention people.
they were in the writers' room and they're like, well, we don't really give a damn what happens to this thing. Nobody knows who they are anyway.
It's
So
the
let's go ahead and put
60th
them in
movie
there.
of the MCU.
Yeah.
Who cares at this point?
But no, I mean, Groove did a good job of highlighting it. I will say, I love your descriptions of everybody. It's awesome.
Sky Daddy.
Sky Daddy is my favorite. And
That's
I
what he was,
love-
though.
There's so much symbolism. Somebody even pointed this out in the comments, and I was thinking the same thing. Icarus literally flew into the sun in the damn movie at the end.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, they were playing on a lot of tropes in this. A lot.
Some people may think he just like, I'm sorry I killed everybody because I killed Salma Hayek and you know she was fine. She's super sexy. I was gonna kill all your friends and family. And, you know, they're cool. And I turned Sprite against y'all because you know I'm a sexy British guy. So I'm gonna go kill myself.
British guy.
Yeah.
that was so unsatisfying though, because I was hoping when he was sitting there like crying, like, I'm sorry. He's like, no, you're not sorry. You're only sorry
Yeah.
because you lost.
As
Also,
always.
I thought she was going to be like, you know what? You are sorry. Boom, turn you to dust. That would have been perfect. But no.
Well, we already know, Jam, that if that had been you, if you had been Cersei and Sprite had stabbed you in the back and you would jumped on this power,
no.
did you think you were walking back to the group?
Hell, who do you think you are? You know what? You're right. You never grow up and you never gonna grow up.
Look,
Human.
turn
we
this
about to
one.
de-age your ass right now.
Like, didn't that bother anybody else? How she could like turn the dagger in the water, but she sat and looked at her like it too, Brute? Like, why are you
Yeah.
hating?
Oh no! Well, I'm gonna
Retaliate.
tell
It's
you.
trying to
I know
retaliate.
there's something you said earlier, right? And you were talking about how basically in Babylon, all these places, everybody look white, right? How about
Except India.
the thing about this one? This is what really bothered me. So we had Festos, who was our only Black Eternal in this main group, who literally was having an epiphany of not liking humans because of Hiroshima,
Like, of all the
but
things,
not
what
because
is
of
that?
slavery.
Like, you don't like chattel slavery went on for like hundreds of years. Like, how
You-
did that?
you were
Like,
like, no, but
slavery
this
with people
did.
that look like me, that's just them.
Yeah.
But
They were-
but
Paperboy,
yeah, she
Paperboy
has-
was like,
like he
Paperboy
was like in his feelings. He was literally in his
Well,
feelings. about
you know
being
why,
bothered.
right? It's because it wasn't. It's like, oh, this was my technology that did this. Oh, the people that look like me in boats, that's not really my technology, but bombs are. So yeah,
Yeah,
this
but
is
I
my
mean,
fault.
but you with the plow, he was trying to do that. He was coming up with a lot of stuff that was way ahead of the time. But at the same time, I mean, dude, you went through all of the slavery years. Like,
but like, yeah,
that
think about it.
didn't make you look at humanity and be like, man, y'all shit.
Because Paperboy was about industry. Slavery brought money, and it was like, well, they're just plows, I guess.
They're just human plows now.
Yeah, like
As-
I said.
As much as they use black men, and here he comes up marrying a black man.
No, he don't get a pass for that, man. Look, I may have a part black card, but my black card is stronger than this motherfucker. Because if I was an Eternal, I'd be like, hold up, we doing some shit.
That'd be
got
mine.
to 1940s.
That'd be mine. It's like, no, go get Druid, use your fucking mind control, stop this.
But no, like, okay, so like Kingo. So I'm gonna tell you, Kingo's little valet guy, that guy was cool. What was his name? Karan?
Karun, yeah, he was a G.
Karun was.
I forgot to mention him. So we had to mention him in the story. That's right.
You left out the. I mean, it's hard. There's so much
Bollywood guy had his own entourage and his own theme music.
Yeah, his own valet.
And he had like 5 cameras. He was there for the cause.
You think he had 5 cameras? He probably had a hell of
I mean, you don't know how many cameras he had. I like how he went from like the fancier cameras all the way down to like the handy cam.
He was like, I'm getting it. That's
I'm getting this shot, mofo. I don't care if I got to use my iPhone. It's happening.
Here's the thing. People not thinking about this. All right. So he had all those cameras. Like, you're getting in the way. That's the best damn movie he just recorded. You know what's funny? That's what we watch.
Did we watch this whole movie?
Bollywood is nothing but romance stories.
No, group. Here we go. Answer this question for me.
Okay.
So the big scene where they realize Icarus is just mad trash and that he's going off to kill people. To stop them from basically stopping the Celestial from waking up and destroying the Earth, essentially. And then you have Kingo saying, I think in a way Icarus is right. I'll see you on the next planet. Why the hell did Karan be like, I'm so glad and honored that you guys are with me? I would have been like, hold up. I fucking quit. Like, you don't care about me? You leaving me here to die and give you what, 20 years of my life, 30 years of my damn life?
You want to know why? Because he is a survivor. This is what he thought.
He is not a survivor because
no,
dude just told him
he is.
Die.
Because this is what you do. If your friend is basically the safe house, even though everybody's gonna die around you, would you not go to the person that can possibly keep you safe?
But the world is gonna be destroyed anyway. What
I'm gonna do is I'm going to get on my knees, prostrate myself beside the God I know is a God, basically, to my people, and ask him to take me with him. I'm gonna follow him to the very end. And Hobie goes like, you know what? I could use somebody to slap around when I go into space. Slap me all around, dog. I'm just trying not to die. All right.
Okay, no, Brunette, you got my back on this. If that man if we had listened to Kingo say, so all of you are screwed. Are we going to work for this motherfucker? It's like not getting
no, all right, deuces. Goodbye.
Y'all on that.
They trying to save my ass. You go. And look, now you gotta drive yourself home.
Exactly. You gotta drive yourself home. I'm no longer recording your movie. Ain't nobody gonna see this movie no more. Goodbye.
And look, he gonna slink in at the end, talking about packing up Sprite stuff to take her to school. I'm like, you gotta lost your damn mind.
Exactly. Like, no. Like, did you forget about the part where you were like, "Fuck this planet"?
Seriously,
he didn't say "fuck this planet." He didn't say "fuck planet." He more like said "fuck me." Like, I don't know what to do.
No, as soon as you were like, you know what, it's not a bad idea. Maybe the world needs to explode. Nope, that's you saying fuck this planet.
Yep. Well, and let's talk about
he didn't really say the planes explode. He was like, he really said, like, okay, Bollywood Mega Man.
You pulling teeth,
Bollywood Mega Man said there is no more Dr. Light. He betrayed us. My function is over. What do I do? That's what it was.
Save your damn ballet. Exactly. Have a mission, man. Get some balls.
We didn't see the world destroyed.
They made him. He ran because look, he tried to fight Icarus for 5 seconds, and Icarus like sit down, and he was like, "Oh no, I gotta go home."
Icarus was like, like a cyclops with flight powers. He was like,
why was Icarus stronger than Athena?
I have no idea. But I think
bothered me.
Trying to make it like he was so crazy, with the disease, the madness.
That's because Icarus is a Viltrumite, and that's what y'all missing out on.
No,
as far as I'm concerned, they are all Terminator model series robots.
I don't know. I don't know if you watched Invincible, but yeah, if y'all in the comments, y'all may have seen it. Icarus is a Viltrumite. He's on this planet to destroy it.
Okay, now that may be an Invincible, but in this series, for some reason, in this series, he got the upgrade from Apple before all the other ones did. That's
really what it was. Like the upgrade was the laser eyes. They didn't.
No, the upgrade is garbage because Athena had that and she started going crazy.
Okay, well, let's talk about. Well, no, see, that's when the thing gets corrupt. See, you know, she has a Windows. She's not a Mac. She's Windows, and she didn't click that. Okay, I'm sure. I'm absolutely sure I'm going to install.
She was running on reserve battery power. She did install her new update. It was just a lot going on. She had a Trojan virus. Like,
what you guys need to be asking is, why isn't the representative of our celestial Ajax? Why was she so damn weak when it came to fighting the demons? Like when she actually got thrown down by Icarus,
because she wasn't a fighter. She was their white mage.
Then why the hell would you send her down there to fight?
To make sure they don't die.
She should stay in the command center and give them orders and have.
She's Ajax, not Alpha.
Ajax should have had team meetings, quarterly Zoom calls with the team in the field from the ship. I'm like,
Ajax
how y'all doing down there? It's been 7,000 years.
Ajax is not Alpha 5. He is, or she is.
To hell, Ajax was not Alpha 5, and Homeboy was Zordon. I don't care what anybody says. Yes, that was a Zordon, freaking, Alpha 5.
I can see something high going. Yes.
Oh, she sure herself said when she fell down there.
Yeah, she really did.
That was a messed up part.
And she didn't do anything to stop it either. She was just
what did she do? She's not stronger than Icarus.
I don't give a damn if I don't care what my strength is. I'm not about to let you just like key out me off the fucking like mountain. No, this is not 300.
I'm gonna grab your balls and I'm gonna turn your balls into a damn tree.
She couldn't do that. That was Xerxes.
We don't know what she could do. They didn't show us.
No, we did. She just healed people. That was her thing. She kept like repairing. That's what the Heartless got from her.
We saw her heal people, but we have no idea what other abilities they gave her because she never got a chance to demonstrate it.
Mm-hmm. All we know is she could heal people and convince people to cry with her. A little bit like my tea. Oh, I'm sorry, Druid. A little bit like my tea, Druid. But
Well, I will say though, having Black Knight in this, I mean, Dane Whitman, that's Black Knight, was pretty cool. Especially since he was bantering with Sprite, and Sprite literally broke down their entire backstory to this dude. And he's like, I thought you killed all the demons. She's like, you believe me? He's like, I'm like, why the hell not?
Was it Dan Whitman? Was that Kit Harington?
Kit Harington,
yeah.
But in a world of fucking like aliens and monsters and superheroes, why wouldn't you believe them? Like at this point, I'd be like, tomato Mexican armada coming down and destroying the planet. I believe that. Yeah.
Well, yeah, exactly. And this is supposed to take place after Thanos did the snap and everything got brought back. So it's definitely after Endgame. But my thing is, nobody was trying to hide who they were. I mean, dude, Kingo was capitalizing on it. He was like, "Yeah, I'm an Eternal. I did some shit." Like everyone's like, I'm like, nobody's trying to hide it. So like, why even bother trying to hide it? There was no point. So
there's money to be made if you don't hide it.
That's true.
That's my go-to. Being superhero doesn't always pay. So.
Well, I will tell you this: the main theme of this movie is who's going to get together, because everybody
it was just a love story.
Everybody, it's like Makari and Druid had a thing for each other. I mean, it's just what it is. I mean, hell, Cersei had two men. She had Black Knight and Icarus.
Cersei was winning the game.
And she wasn't hiding. She was not hiding. England mess with Thea. Thena, I think Thena and her and him. Well, because it was obvious he wanted her.
Mm-hmm.
But I think when we were all talking, we referenced the whole Black Widow Hulk. The sun is setting. Hold my hand. They basically replaced that with the touch.
When we were watching it, I didn't
touch my hand. Give me your hand.
Right. I mean, guys, it's like full disclosure, guys. Maria and family went to the drive-in, but like I didn't get home till like a little after 7. So like, cause my work is like, damn you. So we end up.
That's what they said. I heard them.
So we ended up going to the Germantown one where we're near, and when we got there and we saw the movie, me and Jam were saying back and forth, like, I was like, when I looked at the door, I was like, The sun's setting, big guy.
Like every time it happens.
Find my hand.
No, at one point though, when he's like grab my hand, I expected Bruce to show up as Hulk and be like, okay.
What kills me though is that the Heartless. Like the Heartless,
him the Heartless.
because what they were the Heartless. I'm not whatever else they're supposed to be. I'm not calling them that. The Heartless, when they came in, why couldn't the other like superheroes fight them? Because they weren't like invincible.
Well, they had other shit to do.
The Eternals don't talk to anybody. Like they had a big mission about the Avengers, and Icarus was like, "I could lead the Avengers," and everybody's like, "Yeah, man, you can lead the Avengers." I'm like, "What the fuck?"
I mean,
but as a matter of fact, when Kit asked about when Black Knight asked about, say, "Hey, why weren't you over there? You know, helping with Thanos and stuff?" They're like, "And we're supposed to not mortal with mortal affairs, and yet you still mortally with this is." The biggest kind of thing that you could do, you prevented this planet from blowing up. That was not your mission, but yet you can't help when Thanos is involved. Like, bitch.
Yeah, well, I mean, also think about it from this way, Jam. Icarus knew that they were basically harvesting human energy to birth this celestial. So when Thanos did the snap and took away half of the, let's just call it what it is, battery pack, he should have interfered just because the celestial wasn't going to be able to alive. So that didn't interact with me anyway. So
I don't think they're celestials. They all look like Iron Giant to me. So they're Iron Giants. That's what I'm calling them from henceforth.
Iron Giants.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you're not wrong. Their design definitely is more Iron Giant-ish.
Mm-hmm.
And in the comics, the Celestials are the same. They make the Eternals so they can go see planets and birth Celestials and birth life. So they do that. But I mean, it's just they're a-holes.
I have a whole problem with that. You can create stars and life and planets. Why do you need to harvest? You already have all this power. Why do you need to harvest intelligent life to do that? Like, I never
said, yeah, because you made Eternals. That's intelligent life.
Yeah,
you build other galaxies with other robot babies that get the Apple update. I don't know.
The deviants are organic life, so it can't be like, oh, we can't mess with organic life. Bitches, you can. We saw you make organic life and robots. What are you talking about?
Let me give you some examples, Eros. Cersei, Athena, Druig. Druig was a cool ass character though. From like the moment he's like, I got this ability to stop these mofos from killing each other and doing genocide, and you telling me I can't get involved? You know what? F you, Ajax. I'm gonna go my own way.
This show was the Arrowverse as a movie.
Yeah, Arrowverse. That was what I said. I said this was Arrowverse the movie in a way, as like the writing. You can tell there were a lot of rewrites. I don't know if this is due to COVID. I don't know what it is because this was filmed during a pandemic. So I mean,
that's
a
not
lot could have happened.
That's not an excuse.
It's not. Look, I'm trying, man. I'm trying.
If it was filmed during the pandemic, they should have cut a lot of shit out because it felt like stuff was constantly developing without shit happening.
Yeah. I mean, I really don't have anything to say. I can't even answer that question because, like, you're right. There, as much time as they did developing this movie, it should be a lot better than it is. And it's not. I mean, like I said, it's not a bad movie. It's not a good movie. It's just a movie.
I like that.
I really want it to be like, okay, Icarus, Cersei, we get it. You're in love. Can we please like do anything else? But
hold up, damn. Did we know that? Because she was also in love with Dane.
I mean, okay, well, here's what happened. Icarus left her because he knew the truth. And then she was like, come back to me. And he was like, bitch, no. And so she went her own way. And then he came back because he knew that the deviants were coming back. And he killed Selma Hayek. And then he was like, hey, I'm about you again. You remember back when we fucked in the dirt? And she was like, yeah, I remember that. That was good times. Come on, baby, come on. Because he was trying to manipulate her. And she thought it was love, and he had love for her because she was dumb-minded because he knew that she was going to try not to blow up the planet.
Bless you.
That's what I'm talking about. That sneeze indicated that I was right.
Yeah, that was definitely a correct sneeze. That was confirmation and affirmation right there.
That was an
right.
amen sneeze.
I mean, let's be clear. The power of love made her be able to petrify,
Thank you, Barry.
the celestial. So thank you, Barry. Because Icarus was like, "Oh, I'm gonna get you," and then his eyes are glowing slowly, going out, slowly going out. He's like, "I'm sorry." Now, when he was saying he's sorry, though, I guess everybody thought he was apologizing to Cersei. No, he was apologizing because he's about to run. He's like, "I'm sorry, y'all about to die."
he apologized. He was apologizing to Ashram. He's like, "I failed." It's like, but I'm not about to be here when you get here.
Didn't mean to do it, Scott Daddy, but like, something's got to change. Something's got to go.
He knew what was going on.
Like everybody was living happily afterwards. They were like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna grow up. Oh yeah, I'm about to have a relationship." Like, bitch, did you not think that Ashram's gonna come back for you? That was in my mind. You should have left this planet with Thena and the rest of them because I wasn't gonna be here.
Well, and then have the demons have like human, like able to get human like consciousness and make decisions and understand that they were fucked. And they're like, "Wait a minute, we had the same boss. Yeah. He just fired us first. Like, he replaced you to get to me." And I was like, "Oh Lord."
It was that evolution. It's like, oh, careful, they learning.
But what did the evolution get? Especially the main one that was like trying to kill Thena by mimicking Gilgamesh with the hand. Grab my hand, and then like all of a sudden there's literally like her hands are bound behind her. But you're talking about a person that literally can create effing light weapons in her hands. The blade. Really? You binding her?
Like, I don't know if you know
that was the wrong character to do that to. Like, Thena was like, really? Like, you grab my hand and I'm going to grab your head.
And it happened so fast. She was just like, like, did you forget who I was? I may be crazy, but I ain't stupid.
That is literally how she makes salad and pasta. She Olive Garden his ass. But let's talk about something that nobody probably discusses a lot about this movie that has done, I'm sure they've done reviews already. Gilgamesh is a damn good character. I think Don Lee is cool. He was my favorite character in Train to Busan. That motherfucker's nasty. You do not make alcohol in your mouth.
Hey, but it was fine though, right? They enjoyed it. I'm not saying that I was drinking.
Until they realized what it was.
How drunk were they when they started drinking that shit?
Me and River were
I'm
like,
not touching that until I've had several.
No. He's like, I literally ferment each corn kernel with my spit. I'm like, okay, and you about to take every inch of my foot up your ass. Like,
I will say this. Did it taste good?
Okay, I'm done with you. You are eliminated from this conversation.
No.
No.
Before you knew.
No.
I mean, no. Who was it though? Who drank it twice?
Well, that was that was Kingo.
That was Kingo. Yeah, he was like,
they spit beer. I was like,
once again, exactly.
But look, Gilgamesh is over here watching Food Network, making like 12-pound meals and 34 courses. I'm like, it was just the two of them. Pie. I'm like, what? This was literally Gilgamesh's main skill. You think it's his superhuman strength and the fact that he's badass, and he is.
No, he won British Baking Show.
That man, he won the Great British Baking Show. He won Chopped. He won all that stuff. He was Iron Chef. So he took that skillet out of that heat and just held it. I was like, damn, that's how you know he's good. The heat don't even bother him. Like, the heat doesn't bother me anyway.
So now when you say that, now I can use it as a reference to the fact he's on, no, that's stupid.
No, but I mean, just in retrospect, let's talk about his death scene. Let's talk about seriously his death scene. He's going to tell Thena, go hide, stay here. And she's like, all right. And so then he's like fighting, and then he's literally dying, and she's like, I'm like, what the? Girl, go over there and cut this motherfucker down. What the hell is wrong with
I thought the same things. Like, I don't care. Like, you have it in your right mind to sit there and sit out. You see this dude getting absorbed, basically, and you're just like, oh, I'll go cry later. Like, no, fight. You're a fighter. What are you doing?
He told her to stay.
So she stayed like a good dog.
Stayed like a good puppy, but she should have been like, but even a puppy, when their master is in danger, loses their shiz. So, I mean, might as well be. Hold my hand, bitch. I don't know. But all I know is that he was dying and she didn't do it. She literally lost her shit for less further on in the movie. You know, it was like, if there's any time for you to get over your shit, it is when the person that you're into that is taking care of you is dying in front of you.
I don't know. I can paralyze you.
I don't know, River. If I'm being stabbed and you don't kill somebody, I'm gonna haunt you for the rest of your damn life.
And see, I thought that was going to happen. I thought eventually she was just going to get up and be like, "No, fuck this. I'm gonna save, my man," basically. And it just didn't happen. She was just sitting there crying in the water with his ashes. Like, you could have helped. You could have prevented this. This is also on you. And then she had the nerve to get on some Kill Bill kind of vendetta.
Exactly. Why bother? The time for you to do that shit is when he was still alive. And you could have saved his life. I'm tired of them killing Don Lee, by the way.
Yes.
I mean, come on. He's always dying, sacrificing himself.
That's how he gets the award.
4 different movies I've seen this man in. And he's always the sacrificial lamb. I'm tired of
He's always the coolest character.
Tired.
Show that you can do it.
Get over it.
And get the award.
That's what it is. Is that a Korean thing? I think you know that more than I would. Okay, cool.
But I mean, he's got an award for it.
He's got an award for it.
This is what I want.
I don't want to get an award for the most sacrifices in the movie.
There you go.
I want to get an award for somebody explaining to me why Arrow shows up at the end of their movie and is not instrumental to any of the other shit. Like, here come Harry Styles and Starbucks. He's like, hey. He's like, look, he had his little minion doing an intro. I was waiting for the Shaft theme. Damn right.
I want to know why there's an entire like Superman exists in this world.
Well, I think it's interesting that I'm really when Arrows came on, did you not hear a theme playing? He had his own little.
I'm only one call away.
He was like, "Hey, y'all in trouble, but I know where your other people that are in trouble at." I'm like, okay,
are you sure?
Go get them and bring them here.
He's like, "Oh yeah, by the way, Thanos' brother." It's like,
yeah, and then why is it just? I think it was just Thena, Druig, and Makari are the only 3 that went on the ship to go find the other Eternals. And Druig was talking, and Druig was like, "What if we find them and they don't believe us? What if they gonna be pissed?" And Makari was like, "Of course they'll believe us because they'll be free." I'm like, "Woman, don't swallow that Kool-Aid. You don't know what they're gonna do to you."
Here's my big question. Now, the Eternals, I know they're based on like mythological things. Kingo, I sound Japanese. What is that based off of? And the rest of them I get Thena, I get Icarus, I get Cersei, I get Ajax, I get Gilgamesh, I get Druid, I get Spray, I get Mercury, I get Festus, but I don't understand Kingo. What is that too? Like, anybody has a better Japanese background than I do, they can find that for me.
I didn't know you had a Japanese background.
Well, because Kingo sounds Japanese to me. I'm making a very big guess, but
well, Kingo is basically means unskilled laborer, which makes sense for this character. Was a god in Babylon mythology.
I didn't know that.
He's the son of the gods Abzu and Tiamat. After the murder of his father Abzu, he served as the consort of his mother Tiamat, who wanted to establish him as a ruler and leader of all gods before she was killed.
So it's a Mesopotamian god.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay. So that makes sense. That makes sense. Yep.
You said Tiamat.
The best part of that, the theme of that conversation was unskilled laborer. I mean, that makes perfect sense. Absolutely, truly, 100%. All right, let's look at some questions because we're trying to get out of here at 6. We are 38 minutes in. And so we got some people in here. Hello, Latino. Hello, Nicholas Kelly, Mercenary D. Marie Corrin. Name change PGMH11. Yes, there was an echo. You're going to hear that on StreamYard. I'm sorry. I pay for good service. It doesn't mean I get it.
Actually, it might be, I think it's me. I don't think Groove said.
Oh, I don't hear it now.
No,
I think that was from earlier.
It is, but I helped her out. I put that song.
Oh, okay, well, I'm glad you helped. See, that's why she married you, because you help her out.
That ain't,
Well,
that
you
ain't why I married him.
Okay, sorry. Look, I tried to help.
You did.
All right, let's see.
You see how that works? See how that works? It's like and then
What's happening here? Let's go.
Who knows? So
Superman.
true about he said true. Mercenary said true about Simon Hayek. Yes.
I know, right?
Oh, I don't know.
Hello,
I mean, she's
Ryan.
fine, but Angelina Jolie's my baby.
I mean, I think Angelina Jolie's everybody's baby. I loved her in Hackers.
Angelina Jolie is sexy as hell.
Yep.
But
It was good, but I didn't feel like a Marvel film. Thank you, Ryan.
It did not.
It did not feel like an MCU movie. It did not feel like a comic book movie.
I will say, Salma Hayek, tiene mi corazón en una parte de lo que es.
She's not gonna hear this. So
she's not gonna hear this.
Ya lo sé.
Give it
Salma Hayek tiene mi corazón en una parte de mi mente.
Don't be flirting with another woman with your wife in the stream with us.
No
no. I got a pee in the stab him. Don't tell me.
Okay, cool. Just do it. D. Marie says, hello, QuaterLifeJam.
Hi.
Here we go. It was but I felt more like, it felt more like love story than an actual adventurous Marvel movie. It was not an adventurous movie.
It wasn't. It was just
not.
like, oh, these people love each other, and is it going to like make or break them in the end? And it did, and that was just it. They could have spent that time devoting much more to the story and like the development of the characters. Like there was no need we didn't need like 1,000 flashbacks to them holding hands and kissing and fucking in the sand. I don't need I don't care.
First of all, that was like the third best scene in the movie. It's not. I lied. It's not true.
So the Dora Milaje and Wakanda are very skilled warriors, right?
Of course.
Yeah. How the hell are they stronger than the Eternals? Because let's substitute them into them fighting these deviants, and you already know where I'm going with this. Like shit would have been gone. It would have been gone. It would have been gone. And the Eternals are made by the Celestials to be these OP powered people to take out their mistakes, basically clean up their mess.
Just like he asked. What did he say there? Vibranium?
Look, we already know if the Eternals put a pinky toe in Wakanda.
Oh no,
they're gonna be the buried. They're not gonna be the Eternal. They will be the buried. So I guess my problem is they did not make these people powerful at all. Like,
here's the thing. I don't understand why they only gave them like small specific powers. Like technology, sign language for some reason, laser eyes. Like if you made them well-rounded like individuals as far as power is concerned, I highly doubt you'd have so many fuck-ups.
Well, it's like they split Superman into Icarus and Gilgamesh because he had Gilgamesh had the super strength, and then Icarus had the laser eyes and the flying crap.
Yeah,
and so it's like, why do you split somebody and then call them more powerful? Like, and then all their like little love crap. Like it was like, are you human or are you angels? Like, is that? It's like, yeah. What are you, and why are you so vulnerable? Because you're made by a celestial, and then the celestial made you because the celestial realized that they fucked up. And
they were quality assurance.
Made all of this problem, and so then they're like, we're gonna make something that won't ever betray us. Oh, okay, we'll make an Eternal. Oh. But
no, that was the Zoom call. That was
Crazy,
the Zoom. We have all been in Zoom calls. It was the Zoom call. It was like, so we would like to have this quarterly review to tell you guys that last quarter we fucked up. Yeah. So we're going to start this new initiative called the Eternal Program to clean up last quarter.
Instead of removing your fuck up, you just created something else to handle your fuck up. Like you're all fucking powerful. You can just be like, oh, okay, that's done. Get deviants out of here because that was all wrong.
But we've all seen the Matrix trilogy. We've all seen it. They had monsters and shit playing their original like destruction programs. Then they get the agents. And then they made Agent Smith, Xerxes. Actually, I'm lying. Ajax. And then she infected Xerxes. And she infected the others. So, You know.
I mean, that's true, but I guess if I was gonna be a celestial and I had this a-hole mission of like seeding my celestials by blowing people's planets up and destroying lives,
Humanity.
why would I create Eternals with consciousness that evolved?
No.
Why wouldn't I would just make drone warriors that had no consciousness at all? They just followed orders, because I realized at first, the first round when I made them conscious, they turned on me and just started eating humans.
I thought
I'm
that's
like,
what they did. I thought they said Celestial made these Eternals without the possibility of evolution. But isn't having a consciousness, isn't having some kind of humanity that allows you to fall in love and all that kind of bullcrap.
evolution
Allows you to think, oh, maybe killing everybody on this planet might be a bad thing, because these people, you know, yes, there are really bad ones, but yes, there are really cool ones. And I kind of have become attached to these cool ones because they have a lot of potential.
Ashram said, don't get attached. That he specifically told.
But I mean, you wouldn't have to say that, Jam,
if
you didn't have the ability to be
make
attached.
them without evolution.
That's
have no emotions.
That's called being a shit creator. That's called you fucked up a lot.
Yeah, see, they tried to get the latest model out there before Christmas and they fucked up.
I mean, but if you think about it, Celestial, the one that came out of Earth, was stopped by being petrified. Like,
yeah, they scared him to death.
I would say
entirely.
this,
I just would have done that. I
Powerful
just would have done that to Icarus balls. Like, you are now a tree stump, testicles.
Like,
I would say
if you're
this.
so easily stopped, then of course you can't think, you know, powerfully enough to think, well, maybe I should put all these like stops in place so that you can't evolve. You can't think about, you know, basically, what is it?
I have like a shut off
Mutiny.
mode. You start showing emotion and everything shuts down. You can't move.
Yeah.
They weren't trying. They were not trying. That's why I keep telling people they don't try.
Their only method was, you better not, Cersei. You better not.
Bad girl.
Here's the problem. Everybody's argument. Everybody's forgetting. Sky Daddy didn't go to a school with peers of equal measure to argue with him on his methods or its methods. You guys are speaking with people with education. Stop that.
You saying Sky Daddy's not educated? I saw him.
Why would he be? What school did he go to?
ICBC. I saw it.
He went
to school with Lil Romeo.
He went to Masterpiece Kids School.
Oh my Lord! No, it did not go. Eternals did not go to Master P's School of Etiquette. Be quiet.
Maria, that is canon, and do not take that away from me. It's all I have.
So, did you think it was different from most Marvel films in a good or bad way? I don't think it was a Marvel film.
Can't compare.
Can't compare.
Can't compare.
Nope. Cannot.
It's also one of the better series on Disney Plus.
Okay, it gave me low-key Young Justice cartoon tease when it comes to the time zone difference, times and location with Kingdom Hearts Heartless thrown in the mix. Yeah, I can see that.
Well, honestly, you don't have to. The problem is, if you're going to place them in a period and show like a constant flow of time, don't continuously go back. Just have them in the past and then continue, like time jump from there, but don't go to the future and constantly go back to the past. That's irritating. Like, and then you kind of not necessarily confuse your audience, but it becomes a lot more convoluted.
Yeah.
It's like listen to an old drunk man tell a story you told you 4 or 5 times before. Oh, did I tell you about the great Jehoshaphat affair?
Yes, shut up. I'm not that bad. I love old people. It's funny you say this movie doesn't seem like it belongs in the MCU. When Jack Kirby made the original Eternals comics, it was a separate continuity from the Marvel universe. True, but remember the MCU's universe is separate from the comic universe, and they chose to make this continuity by bringing up Endgame. So they did that to themselves. If they wanted to have this to be separate, you know, like how DCEU makes all of their shit act like they don't belong to each other, they should have done the same thing with this one. Like, and this is a side story about people that nobody gives a shit about, called the Eternals.
Like, Star Fox, our good old Harry Styles has to come back.
Yeah, that's true.
So
that is it.
It's going to continue.
That is it.
Unfortunately.
So let me see. Nicholas says Fasto's black car was revoked.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
Also, fun fact confirmed by the director herself. The second post scene with Dane Whitman, as we hear an off-screen voice at the end, the voice belongs to. Oh, is that Blade? So Blade was who? Because I was thinking they had Nick Fury come up there saying, "Come up to space." We got some.
It sounded like Nick Fury.
It did sound like
Nick Fury. Just like Nick Fury, but apparently that's supposed to be Blade.
Wait, hold on, stop.
Oh no,
Wait,
no.
hold on.
No.
What the fuck is Greg got to do with this? Like, what? What are they doing? They're okay.
Hey, you know the MC uses
They're
their movies as
taking
vehicles
way
to
too
get
many
more
of
money
these.
with their other movies.
Yeah.
That makes sense. It was
60.
it was an advertisement. Like, he didn't even come in there to
It was all
help
bullshit.
Black Knight. He came in there and be like, hey, first of all, you're not black, and second of all, I'm Blade.
Once again,
And then
it's all
gone.
bullshit.
And that was it. Saboteur.
I'm the real Black Knight.
It is all bullshit, Maria.
I'm sorry.
So what
I'm
what do
sorry.
we think that they're like going to expand to right now? I know the multiverse is already a thing. but-
Secret Wars.
Secret Wars, yeah. Oh, you do not have to put your mouth that close to the microphone.
Secret Wars. What's up, everybody?
Oh, also we got a special guest, Tango the cat. She was crying outside of the door, so she is here now.
Yeah, she is.
Well, that's okay. Our dog's looking at us completely dejected. I love how Nicholas keeps calling Thena Athena. She already corrected Basho as a son.
Yeah, she did.
No A. It is Thena. But apparently she only had a 30-day trial run while Icarus got the premium. That's why he's there.
Ah, okay, I get it now.
Oh,
That's why
You
he
know
was
what, though?
stronger.
It's all good.
That is funny.
Fix your payment method.
So your payment has been declined. Please
Oh,
update
shit.
your payment information.
Amazon
That's
Prime.
probably what happened. You joking. Like, I'm sorry, your card did not go through. You are no longer allowed to have the premium upgrade service.
Like I said, that Amazon Prime better pay that bill. Is that $15?
Oh God! Oh, Gear to Hot, no Arrowverse the movie. You right, Maria? Damn, I can't sit through that train wreck nightmare.
No one should.
Yeah.
Honestly, if you said you could, I have some questions.
Has everyone in the stream seen Eternals, or are we completely spoiling?
That
it
is
for
their
you?
fault.
No, look, we said it.
Drew said spoiler alert plenty of times.
With Maria, he would have been beyond dead. Yep. I mean, as much as I like Gilgamesh and I love Don Lee, if he would have told me he had my beverage in his mouth, that would have been his last day. He would have made it to that point. Like, did Gilgamesh die in the Amazon? Hell no. He died at his kitchen table.
He died when Sprite put that apron on him.
No. It was
No,
a baby outfit.
It was a baby.
It was baby. I was
pajamas
baby.
day.
Like Gilgamesh the baby.
No, as far as comedy goes, it had that classic kind of Marvel feel as far as like, comedic timing and everything and jokes. That was pretty much it. Other than them having like the names of like the characters in the comics, but it was not necessarily a Marvel feeling movie. But the jokes were funny. The jokes kind of, I mean, I can't lie, guys. I almost fell asleep at one point, and then I woke up.
Honestly, I
Somebody
did
told the
I did the
joke.
same thing. I was in theater. It's just like, oh, they fighting.
Oh, see, I didn't do that because I was at the drive-in, so I was using all of my telekinesis to keep people from parking in front of me while I through the screen. I was like, another one's coming. I got to use my powers, move that fucker along. I was on high alert through the whole movie. Did you hear about how some countries are banning this because of the gay content?
No, but
Yeah.
I believe it.
Would one of them be China? Because they're banning everything because of gay content,
That
unfortunately.
sounds about right.
Yes, they doing that shit. Well, I see
But you know
Red's in
what?
the
It's
comment.
fine because the gay content isn't leaving, so they'll be all right. They will be okay. It would not
Hey,
be the
Ray.
first time. But I will say this: the one thing I do like about them telling us which countries ban movies because of gay content, it allows me to know where the hell I can travel. I'm like, you don't want to see it on the screen, so you definitely don't want to see it in the streets.
Now
So I
you know
don't need
where
to come
you're
there.
wanted.
Yep.
Hey, Regs, Allen, this is for you. You sound something like Keith Sweat. You're very welcome.
Look, I'm gonna.
I see your comment, Ray. I'm here for you right now. This means she called me on the apology hour. I don't know. Before I get sued.
Oh my gosh. But then again, each Eternal was specifically skilled in one special trait. Like Cersei was transmutation and Sprite was illusions. Yeah. Like I said, Sprite was the one I didn't understand. I understand having a forgiving nature, but she literally stabbed her in the back. Literally stabbed her in the back. And she's
because of a boy. Like,
Yeah.
so Sprite, here's my thing with Sprite. Sprite, you want to be seen as an adult and you want to blend in, but you keep, I understand you're an eternal of illusions, but you keep these childish games, and it's your maturity that people don't see you as an adult, not the fact that you just look young. So bitch, grow up. And how about you don't stab your friend in the back over a dude? Like, this dude's trying to end this fucking planet. I don't know.
But they're not human.
That doesn't matter.
Love is love, man. Robots can get it.
Apparently she's been feeling this way since like forever, because it's been millions of years that they were created and they had this mission. So grow up. Not physically, but emotionally.
Girl, you know how Chibiusa was. I've been 10 for like 800 years. I'm tired of this shit, mom. I'm gonna need you to get a wrinkle.
There are some women out there that look like they're 16-year-olds and they're definitely in their late 20s. Just lie. I don't know what to tell you. Just I mean, he's not even lying. They're like millions of years old.
Yeah.
Like
bitch, go out and get a fake ID like the rest of us did.
Or tell her, make me look older. Why would you want to be human? What the fuck is that? Whatever.
Yeah. So Ray says, I haven't seen Eternals yet, but we have it in theaters here, and I'm not sure yet if I'm going to do that or wait until I can stream it.
Don't go see it in theaters. Stream it.
Pay your money.
Yeah, stream it. First of all, because I have a medical condition where I am a very high risk, even though I am fully vaccinated now, it does not mean I can't get a breakthrough because my shit is cray. I don't want to risk being around some dumbass that's eating his popcorn or her like sneezing behind my head, causing COVID, causing me to plan. We
heard someone sneeze in the theater. They were all like,
and you know what? They were at you. I'm like, get the hell out of here. I'm like, move it. We gotta stop this. I'm going to the projector, getting on the mic. I'm gonna need whoever sneezes to get the hell out of this room. Like, we live in the pandemic. I'm gonna need you to go.
It was pretty empty theater though.
Yeah, it was pretty empty. There's only a few people in there, so that was good.
Yeah, well, that's what I figured, because I know that the one that's close to, I'm talking about, guys, the Malco by Whole Foods over there. Mm-hmm. I see some cars, but I'm pretty sure the IMAX, all that stuff is pretty spread out. I just don't trust people because I live in a place called Midtown where they don't believe in wearing masks, and they never have. And so it put me off people. So people get on my nerves. In my car, I can just run you down. I don't gotta be around you.
Maria, are you talking about vehicular homicide?
Did you hear me say that? No, ma'am.
No.
So all right. So we get ready to wrap this up. So let's get to these couple of questions. So this is a question: do you think the story would have been better served with a Disney Plus series rather than a film? Yes.
Oh my God.
You could flesh out the characters better. You could, if you wanted to develop this bullshit ass romance story, you could do that. But like as a separate thing, and it wouldn't have mattered. Plus, we would get to see a lot more of the individuals' characters' personalities and what they're going through without feeling rushed.
You give us time to give a shit.
Yeah.
I mean, I felt like a lot of them didn't give a shit, but they all act like they love each other. It's like, the only time Makari got mad is when Druid got. Her. She thought Druid was dead. That girl was literally. This is what
she whooped him.
Really, like, is she faster than the Flash? I said, hell.
Okay, so
she was beating the hell out of Icarus. She was whooping his ass.
My light just fell because my cat is rubbing her face up against our decorations, and. So
it's okay. River was like pacifying our dog when we first started the stream because our dog was like, why is this happening? You've been doing this, mom, all day. Now you got dad. I don't understand. Why are you both doing this to me? Like,
why don't you love me?
I thought there was love in this house. But no, like Makari was beating the ever-loving shit out of Icarus. She was whooping his ass. This is what I'm saying. If these people were really trying to fight Icarus would have had his ass whooped.
Yeah, which is also strange to me because as she was as Druid, got shot with Cyclops laser beam eyes and shit. Like when they connected, when they had the Unimind, like why couldn't they feel that he was still alive?
Yeah,
that's true.
It was so strange. Like,
well, then also, I guess my other question back to the whole Unimind. Why did they think it was safe for them to be out there levitating, not thinking Icarus wasn't gonna come down here and do something when they are defenseless. like, let's all, with our powers combined, go planet. We're all like hovering in the air.
I mean this sincerely. I asked the same question.
Oh, and you
And
have
this is
to.
my final result. He was having too much fun with Sprite and wouldn't pay attention. Who doesn't like a bottle of Sprite?
I'm done with you. You have your sneakers today. you are hangry, aren't you? But no, like I just didn't understand it. Like, and then when Kingo was like, "Okay, so I'm out," I'm like, so you can just quit the team? I don't understand how that works.
I didn't know you could do that. Just
I
like,
didn't know you could do that.
everybody.
Go live their life.
I gave myself my pink slip. I'm out. No, this movie.
He just tried to give the plant on. He survived that.
They all can. I mean, they're Eternals. Like you just saw Icarus like fly out to space with no mask on. Clearly, they can survive being in outer space.
Like I said, they were not trying. The Celestials were not trying. The Eternals were not trying. They were just completely okay with the fact that he killed Ajax. But they all loved each other. With everything. And it's just like, even when Kingo found out Ajax dead, he was like, "But I'm making a movie, and all you can do is I'm like, what the hell?"
Like even when Gilgamesh found out, he was just like, he was kind of sad. It sounded like it was almost like your parent telling you, it's like, "Hey, so I ran over your puppy in the driveway," and you're just like, "I don't know what to do with this information." The most emotion we got out of him was like, "Oh, I dropped my pie. Oh no, let's have a party. Let's have a feast." And not think about this again.
That pie held all his emotions. When he was on the ground, that was it.
I need him to start over because that pie looked pretty good.
That was a big ass. It looked like a blueberry pie too. That was a big pie. But I mean, I don't trust it now because what if he's spitting all the food? I chew every one of those blueberries in my mouth for 5 hours. You know what? It's not
like everything that you just ate has been in my mouth. Like,
yeah, bird or something.
All right, this is our last question. The Eternals are supposed to be more powerful or equivalent to Thanos, right? Athena and Star Fox are directly related to him, if I understand that correctly. Yeah, they are. Athena is, and Star Fox is definitely. So Eros is definitely related to Thanos, or actually his brother. So technically, Thanos and Eros. Well, first of all, why didn't Eros stop Thanos from doing the snap? But I guess with sibling rivalry, you just don't give a damn. I don't know.
Because you don't care.
Well, to be fair, if we're going to be accurate on that, Warlock should have been involved in Endgame anyway, and they didn't even have Warlock, so I can't even question it anymore. So it is a thing. But overall, let's give our overall opinions. I already said mine a million times. It's a movie. It's not an MCU movie. It's not good. It's not bad. It is a movie with a lot of love and a lot of people who want to be in love, all on one team.
My consensus was, okay. That's how it was throughout the entire movie. It's like, oh, shit's happening. Let me kind of stay awake for this part. It wasn't bad. It wasn't good, as we all say, but fuck, there was a lot more. It could have been so much more. I'm gonna go on Doctor Who. I could be
a contender.
Like I said, I said in my description earlier.
Hold on. Where the fuck have you been, bro? You
just slid in at the end of the stream like a ninja. He's an Eternal.
Hey, we're about to end this, so you had to watch this over.
Well, you came in just in time for Groove to give his consensus.
My consensus was okay. Spoiler alert. I gave my consensus early when I gave the recap of it. 3 out of 5. It was just a movie. Like, okay, so they
just read the captions, Groove. That's exactly what you said. See, Nicholas, what he posted in there?
It's just a love story movie, not an MCU movie. It was Nicholas.
Mic drop.
We agree. That's really what it was.
So
kind of trash, but not like it was okay. It was like when the trash can is full, but not with food.
We still have to hear what River has to say. That was ridiculous.
Yeah, River.
All right, so I've not read a single comic book in my life at all. I've seen covers.
I read I read two of them to you.
That's true.
So
and I read the that was Star Warsy like, but without the little, pyramid shape and all that. I read all that. It was a little hard because it went so fast and there were so many people to cover. And I was like, okay, I suppose I'm supposed to understand who the hell these people are that I'm about to see, but that's fine. I will say that for the little information that I had going into this film, I guess we'll call it, it was decently made. Like, I will not say it was horribly made. As a film, I've seen films and TV shows that were horribly made. And, I've had similar levels of context for it.
So you are
so I can make that comparison. But this was not horribly made. It was just not super well thought out, not super well thread together as a cohesive story. And as for what it should be when you think of a Marvel Universe movie, where is that? It's yes, there are threads in comic books, I suppose, of love stories and crap that superheroes have with humans and other beings. Why is that the central focus? Why are we seeing all these little human stories of these supposed, what are they? Robots, angels, angelic beings? What are they, for one thing? And then why are we focusing on their human lives when they're not supposed to have human the ability to be, human, have human evolution?
Baby, you were literally asking comic book questions for eons. I mean, I don't have answers for you.
What the hell? What the hell was that?
I will say this. Just for years, you jumped in. Give him much wrong with me, Wong. Watch the movie, you'll know. Give him a chance. She was all right, because the movie was all right. Yeah, and no, Jam hasn't watched the cheese roll.
I was going to say, okay, so I'm a complete fucking moron, and I can't for some reason find out how the hell to respond to the comments.
You do. In video. You're talking to him right now.
Shut up. Okay.
This is their marriage, guys.
So, I haven't seen the cheese rolling competitions. That, along with the chess boxing, I think is on my list to do. So at some point, you can expect to see a video about those things from me in the future, because
I'm going to laugh incredibly hard when that video.
He should not have told me about cheese rolling and things. There's a bunch of competitions that I had no clue existed, and I feel like I'm going to cry laughing.
Well, I think you are actually. And thank you, Nicholas. I agree with you. River, do not read Eternal. Save yourself.
It's a very convoluted series.
Oh, God.
A lot of nonsense. It may piss you off.
It does. No. All right, so we are at 6:10. We are 10 minutes over, guys. So thank you for joining our stream. At this point, I literally have been doing this for 5-6 hours now. I'm tired. I know they tired. They got stuff to do. We got to go figure out our dinner and hang out and live life. So thank you for joining our stream. If you have other questions, concerns, theories, just want to talk shit about the movie, that's fine. Make sure to post it below. If you have not seen this movie, why the hell were you in here?
To ruin it for yourself.
Somebody said they didn't see the movie. Who was it? Show yourself. You didn't see it.
We still love you, so we appreciate it. And as always, if it is day for you, have a good day. If it's night for you, have a good night. Check out QuaterLifeJam's YouTube channel, and of course, Jett Groove. They are listed below. Make sure to like and subscribe. Check out our WS project. Also, subscribe to our YouTube channel. It is coming out next year. It is awesome. We are all in it. And as always, we love you at Approach the Nerd. We will see you later. Bye, guys.
Later.